And as we're getting ready to say goodbye to 2023, we continue our year in review, looking back at major events on the continent and beyond. Today, our focus is economy, and our guest is Alexandre Kateb. He's an economist and founder and chairman of the Multipolarity Report. So welcome, Alexandre. So 2023 was the year of, I said it earlier, many coups, effects of climate change, wars. So what economic impact did it have on different parts of the continent?
Well, I think, as you mentioned, 2033 was a year of multiple crises, but economic, financial crisis, and also geopolitical crisis, and the compound effect on the African economies was pretty bad, I must say. But you have to look at the picture with a finer grain and to assess the situation and the outlook country by country. Because even though overall many African countries struggled this year, there were some stories of resilience across the continent. For example, in Morocco, in Senegal, in some part of Eastern Africa as well, in some part of Southern Africa. So overall, it was not all black and white, but the impact of the monetary tightening on the global stage, especially in the United States and Europe and other economies, has been felt in Africa, mostly on the cost of debt service, which is really an increasing burden on the budget of many African countries.
And already for 2024, some analysts seem to think that the situation might improve for the global economy. What about Africa?
Well, the picture is mixed for the global economy, I think, because there are some signs of resilience and even of enduring growth. For example, in the United States, the Eurozone might escape a recession, but this is not so far a settled call. So there is still a lot of downside risk ahead for these major economies. China is struggling to find its ground from its economic slowdown and real estate crisis. So all these factors weigh on the African economies, which are mostly weaker than their non-regional counterparts. So there will be a lot of need for structural reforms, for fiscal measures to contain the spread of the global crisis and to try to find a way to a more inclusive and faster growth across the continent.
So we'll see for 2024. But back to this year, Africa, as we know, is being courted by China, Russia, the United States. What about any progress in terms of investment and trade volume?
Well, actually, across the planet, 2023 was a year of slowdown in terms of foreign direct investment, and Africa didn't really escape this trend. So far, there have been some investment and some initiatives from the United States, for example, to increase its engagement in Africa. And this has been championed by the Biden administration. But we have seen very little impact on the ground, I must say. And as for Europe, or other economies like China, they are looking at different investment opportunities, but much more selectively than in the past. So overall, the case must be made for Africa, and it must be made at the local and sub-regional level by the different states and organizations. So again, you have to look with more granularity at the sub-regional international and at the national level for the growth and resilience stories that are available there.
And also this year we saw the arrival of new BRICS countries like Egypt and Ethiopia. Is it a good thing?
It is a very good thing, I think, for these countries to diversify their partnerships and to engage other major and middle powers in trying to think about a new global multilateral system, a system in which they will have their say, and they will also benefit from different cross-country initiatives between the BRICS Plus countries, the current members and the upcoming members, starting from October 2024 in Kazan. And this will be especially felt on the financial and monetary level, for which there are many discussions to try to increase the share of trade that is settled in local currencies, for example, and try to find alternatives to the dollar-based system.
Thank you very much, Alexandre Kateb. We'll meet again next year for the same update.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.